The New York Jets seem to be going for it all this year, adding good but older players like Tyron Smith and Mike Williams, and just pretty much running it back with what was a very, very good defense last year, unlike this offense. So with hopefully a great defense again, and hopefully a better offense, this team could be a real threat. But I think there is one major problem with their plan, which I'm going to get to in a second. But super quick, let's see if we can get to 3,000 likes on this video, and if we can, I have another fun free agent related rebuild planned. Maybe my last one of this offseason unless something else crazy happens, we'll see, which it very well could. So yeah, 3,000 likes for that, and if there's anything I could ever ask you to do, it's just that. It very much helps out the channel. I would appreciate it. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more. Trying to hit 50k within the next few days. We are like 1,000 away, because if you like Madden rebuilds, that's literally all I do, and it'll make you an OG of the channel for when we inevitably hit 10 million subscribers. Definitely. And very last thing, massive shout out to Tyron Enigma for the suggestion of this video. Their link is in the description, and if you want a shout out, or if you just want to let me know what you want to see, let me know that down in the comments. If you have any fun rebuild ideas, it can be a realistic one, it can be whatever chaotic idea you can come up with, let me know that down in the comments. But without further ado, let's get into this rebuild, and as I was saying earlier, there is one thing that could hold this team back this year, and I feel like it's pretty obvious. It's injuries. Mike Williams has had his fair share of injuries in his career. Tyron Smith has had his fair share of injuries in his career. Aaron Rodgers has had a few, but is coming off of a big injury. At almost 40, or is he 40? He might be 40 in real life. I don't know. Injuries very, very well could ruin this offense. Kinda like it did last year. Now, I would say this is a much better offense than last year, but if players get injured, it is probably going to be the same story. Now, hopefully that doesn't happen. It's never fun to see that, but it definitely could happen. And then we're assuming this defense will just be good again. I mean, it needs to stay healthy too, but it mostly did last year, I'm pretty sure. Not much has really changed here. They lost Bryce Huff and Jordan Whitehead, and I think that's about it. They changed a few D linemen, but nothing really major there. They're pretty much just running it back with the same defense, minus a few players, but plus a few others. Javon Kinlaw could be pretty good this year. He was finally decent for the 49ers last year, so he could be a breakout here. We'll see. But if this team does remarkably stay completely healthy, or at least mostly healthy, it could be pretty damn good. And we still have the draft to get to, so speaking of that, let's officially get into this rebuild, and let's see who we want to pick. Oh yeah, and wait, let's trade Zach Wilson, I guess? I mean, if Justin Fields went for like a 6th next year, I don't know what Zach Wilson's gonna go for. I'm gonna be honest. We'll trade him for a 7th next year. To the Bills? That's an interdivision trade. Why'd I do that? Well, I don't care. Whatever. I don't even think he's gonna get traded at this point. It's just he might. So, I mean, I would take a chance on him. I would give up a 7th next year for sure, but I don't know if another team will. But with our first pick in the draft, I think we're gonna go Rome Odunze. I don't even know if I've used him in a rebuild yet. We could also go tackle here. Olu Fashanu is still available, but I feel like we're kind of win now mode with a lot of older players on offense, including Aaron Rodgers, who this very well could be his last year. So let's just try to make as good of a receiving core as possible, and let's add Rome Odunze. Hidden dev, 91 speed, 92 excel, only 21 years old. We'll take it. And no 2nd round pick, but we do have a 3rd rounder. And in the 3rd round, I think we're gonna just go with a tackle. We could also go with a guard in Christian Mahogany, but nah, our tackle duo's very old. So let's go with Kieran Amagaji out of Yale. Hidden dev, definitely more of a future pick, but they probably should take a tackle in real life in case of injury. And with the last pick I'm gonna do something interesting here. Let's go with a possible future replacement for Aaron Rodgers in Michael Pratt. I definitely like Michael Pratt. I definitely think there's something to work with there, and I feel like this could be a great landing spot. So let's take him. Only normal dev, but we'll see if there's something there, and if not, it's just a 4th round pick. It's not a massive risk. But here's how he did in the draft. Pretty good. Rome Odunze is a 78 overall. I think he is my 3rd highest rated receiver. I mean, this is an insane receiver class. This is the year to need a receiver in the draft. It's the best one in a long time. So I think think Adunze could be really good here. Amagaji's a 72. I don't think he'll get any playing time this year, but I guess could next year. We'll see. And then Michael Pratt's only a 66. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I had him at like a 68, but he'll be a decent backup QB at least. Should develop. And then we also took Jalen Simpson. He's a 70 overall with hidden dev. I definitely like him. We definitely need a safety. And with the hidden dev, he could eventually end up starting. We'll see. And then last pick was just Miles Murphy out of North Carolina. So pretty solid draft. And let's get into year one. Ooh, Mike Williams is mentoring Roma Dunze. That's huge. I never know what to go for this. I don't know what's best to go with. I guess we'll just go catching in traffic. Make him even better at that. Sure. But here's a look at the team heading into the season. For some reason, Aaron Rodgers got X Factor and Tyler Conklin got Superstar. I guess we'll take it. I don't know how much either of those will matter because they're older, but whatever. But we are looking very good. Really, we don't have like any flaws on offense. I don't love John Simpson starting, but he's fine at least. Definitely could be much worse. But yeah, this receiving core is very good, assuming it stays healthy, which it will here because we have no injuries, but I'm just saying if this were real life. I maybe should have drafted a tight end, but every other pick was valuable too. It's not like we just had a throwaway pick. So whatever. We can do that next year if we need to. And then here is the defense. Pretty much just the Jets defense. This is still just pretty much the Jets with a rookie class. I haven't really done much to it yet. And we are already an 85 overall. Like, this team is not bad. So let's just get straight to the midseason point and hopefully we can do pretty well. Okay, well, we are 4-3 at the midseason. That's about what I expected. I thought we could even do a little worse just because sometimes I see the Jets do pretty poorly in simulation, but we're doing well. We have a winning record. We'll take it. We have a breakout DB. That's interesting. Okay, it is Tony Adams. That's very hittable. I don't think we'll hold him to less than 200 passing yards, but either a pick, forced fumble, TFL, or a sack for Tony Adams. And now for the scary part. We have a lot of players to re-sign. Mike Williams, DJ Reed, Michael Carter, AVT, Tyler Conklin, Tyron Smith, CJ Mosley, Tony Adams, Javon Kinlaw, Chuck Clark. Most of our team is here. Also, I checked. What is happening? Why are there two Mike Williams and I can't scroll over to that one? I checked and it said some of these don't actually expire until next year, like CJ Mosley and I think it was Elijah Vera Tucker, but I don't know. I guess we'll do them now anyways. For Mike Williams, we're gonna hold out. I guess he isn't too expensive there. It's just a lot longer of a deal than I would give a 29-year-old kind of injury-prone player. If he took 2 years, 33, I would do that. And he does. Okay, cool. But DJ Reed will offer 3 years, 41 mil. Again, that's pretty cheap. He does take it. Michael Carter isn't interested, unfortunately, for some reason. Elijah Vera Tucker will re-sign. Another very cheap player. We'll give him, I don't know, 4 years, 36. He takes it. Tyron Smith isn't interested. CJ Mosley, we might wait to regress to re-sign because he is 32. Morgan Moses is here too, but we'll also wait for him to regress. And then we'll have the 5th-year option for Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, and Jermaine Johnson. Great. We're going to have to do something contract-wise with every player on this team, pretty much. But we'll reassess those at the end of the year. But speaking of that, let's get to the end of the season, and we will see what kind of record we finish with. Hopefully we don't choke, but even if we do, it's only year one. We'll see. Whoa, what the fuck? I have a few questions, a few interesting things happening here. So first of all, we finished with the 8th scoring offense, the 6th scoring defense. We went 10-7 and we missed the playoffs. Second of all, we beat the Steelers 56-14 in week 18. Third of all, there were 3 teams that had 10 wins or more in our division. The Bills went 13-4, the Dolphins went 12-5, we went 10-7. And lastly, the Patriots went 0-17. What happened in the second half of the season? This is the most Madden simulation season I've ever seen. This is weird. Well, let's go super quick over our season stats. Obviously no playoffs, but we went 10-7, so it was a good season. But 4,200 yards for Aaron Rodgers, 30 touchdowns, but 16 picks is a little high. Hopefully he doesn't retire, but we'll see what happens. Breece Hall was pretty good, 1,100 yards. 2,000-yard receivers, Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams. Roma Dunze was decent. The blocking was very good, and John Simpson joins the all-castration team, which is my imaginary list of players that don't allow a sack in a season. season. It wouldn't be Madden without our lowest overall offensive lineman performing the best. We had a lot of tackles. CJ Mosley with 127 TFLs, 23 for Quinnen Williams, and sacks, 9.5 for Quinnen Williams, 6.5 for John Franklin Myers, 6 for Will McDonald, and picks 3 for Tony Adams, 2 for Mosley and Gardner, and then 1 for a couple players. Weird season. Weird season. That's all I can say. Jalen Hurts wins MVP year 1. I don't even know the last time I've seen him win MVP. He's usually up there, but maybe later in rebuilds, but not year 1. What is happening? Derrick Henry wins Offensive Player of the Year for the Ravens. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Josh Allen. That's interesting. Quinnen at number 6. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to Rome Odunze. I didn't think he would win it because he wasn't like insanely good, but hey, we'll take it. That's huge. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Quinyon Mitchell for the Ravens. That's interesting. I do like Quinyon Mitchell a lot though, but I don't know what to do here. I feel stuck. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like we should be in the playoffs going 10-7, but we're not. Also, 0-17 seasons are pretty rare in simulation. They're obviously not as rare as they are in real life. We've never had a team go 0-17, but still weird to see. But let's get into the offseason. Let's forget this season ever happened, and let's see if anyone major retires. We will see. That's definitely a Super Bowl. Who are the Chargers receivers? But the Eagles beat them 35-31 in the Super Bowl here. How the hell did the Chargers make it? That team is so bad on paper. I'm guessing they signed someone. No, they got Deontay Hardy. Okay, sure, why not? They got Talisi Fuaga. That's like all they added. They added Adoree Jackson. Okay, I mean, they lost, but I don't know how they made the Super Bowl with that team. What a start. What a start. That's all I can say. And you might notice we are considerably a lower overall than we were just a second ago. And we have a D at quarterback. So unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers did retire. And Morgan Moses. We have some holes now. This just got a lot tougher. Did Rome Odunze get a dev trait, or did I think I already had him at Superstar. Yeah, he didn't get a dev up for Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's tough, but it doesn't really matter. He is Superstar. Honestly, at right tackle, we might be fine with Amagaji, but we're gonna need to find a new QB this year. Unless we want to trust in Michael Pratt, I guess we could, but he's only a 67. But hey, enough yapping. Let's get into the offseason, and it's gonna be an interesting one. God, I wish this cold would go away. I sound like a fucking Redditor or something. I don't know. I have like the whole nerd voice because my nose is so fucked up. It sucks. But for re-signings, we don't really, I don't know if we have as much cap space as we need. 93 mil is a lot, but there are a lot of players here. I guess a lot of these are 5th years, but we'll pick up the 5th year for Sauce and for Garrett Wilson and for Jermaine Johnson. We will re-sign Michael Carter. Our corner group is going to become really expensive though, but it'll be really good. 3 years, 32, he takes it. But Tyler Conklin, does this game really think a 76 overall 30-year-old tight end would get a 4-year deal? Are you smoking crack? Like, deals are way too long in this game. I feel like they're too cheap sometimes, but they're also too long. Because players will want like a 5-year, $25 million deal. I'm like, why would you want that? I don't know. We'll re-sign Tyron Smith. We'll go 1 year, 23 mil, or not. Okay. How much is a tag? Could even be cheaper. No, it's not. Okay. Well, hopefully we can get him back. We'll see. CJ Mosley will give 2 years, 27. I feel like they re-signed him. Maybe he doesn't need a contract or like extended him. No, but it's set to be up in 2026. Maybe they did. I don't know. Who cares? We'll see if he takes this. And he does. Tony Adams isn't interested, but he did get star dev. See, like 4 years, 21 mil. About 16.4. He takes it. And then everyone else I think we will let go, but I definitely do want to try to re-sign Tyron Smith in free agency. So let's see what we can do. We could even sign a quarterback here, which is rare for me to do. Usually I prefer to draft one, but let's see who's available. All right, well, I feel obligated to sign Charvarius Ward because we are the Jets and the Jets love former 49ers, obviously. I mean, I'm not going to sign Charvarius Ward, but I do feel that itch, you know what I'm saying? I'm really becoming the Jets here. And I don't think I'm going to sign a free agent QB. It's not the best class. Ooh, David Njoku's here. I would sign him, but I set tight end as our focus position. All right, not a very exciting free agent class here. We're just going to try to bring back Tyron Smith, and we'll try to bring in Andre Sisco to replace Chuck Clark. There just isn't really a lot I'm too interested in. Like, there are guards, there are pass rushers, corners, like just stuff we don't need to pay. So hopefully there are better players for for us next year. I don't even think we're going to get Andre Cisco. I mean, maybe, but he's not interested at all. We're tied for the lead, but he's probably going to go to the Titans. But we might as well try. So let's see if we can get these two. And we do just get Tyron Smith. Cisco does go to the Titans. But hey, it's good to get Tyron Smith back. And I definitely think we're going to be drafting a QB this year, assuming there's a good one available. But here in the draft, we pick at number 18. It's always tough to have not that good of a pick and not make the playoffs, but we got to work with what we got. Watch the Patriots go with something they don't need. Watch them go like a defensive end. Maybe they need a defensive end, but that's probably what they're going to do. Well, an outside linebacker, probably a pass rusher. Close enough. I feel like that's always the number one pick. It's never a quarterback. It's so weird. But with our first pick, oh God, it just did that. All right, well, I don't actually know how good any of these QBs are. Roach looks okay. I don't love his medium accuracy. I'm terrible at scouting QBs. I just don't have to draft them much. Jamie Fullen looks pretty good. Cortez Jones looks pretty good, but probably the worst out of the three, just because he only has good throw power. These two have elite. I don't know which one of these two is better. I'm gonna be honest. It could be Roach. He's a little faster and has A, short accuracy, A, throw on the run, A, throw under pressure, and A, break sack. Jamie Fullen only has 2 A ratings with deep accuracy and throw under pressure. The only thing is, Jamie Fullen's only 21, while Jalen Roach is 23. This is really tough. I think I'm just gonna go with Jalen Roach because I think he's the higher overall player. I don't know though, Jamie Fullen could be a higher overall strong arm QB because he has the A deep accuracy. This is tough. I don't know. I have no experience drafting QBs, like I said, so I'm probably gonna make the wrong decision here. Let's go with Jalen Roach out of Colorado. He does have hidden dev, 94 throw power, 79 speed, 87 excel, 89 change of direction. We'll take it. I don't know about a quarterback wearing number 0, but that's kind of cool. Can they even wear 0? I don't know. And here, let's go with a tight end. There's some pretty good looking ones. Russ Miller, there's Max Woods. I kind of like Max Woods. He's not that fast though, but he has elite agility and acceleration. Ooh, Andrew Thurman too. This is a good tight end class. I kind of like Andrew Thurman. Just no elite traits. He has a lot of A ratings. We'll take him. Hidden dev, 84 speed, 84 excel. Sounds good. And I might go with Taylor Good. I don't know if he is good. I don't love the play rec. I might go with Kyle Hodge in like the 6th round. Clyde Moyer looks pretty good at center. Not supposed to go until day 3, but look at that combine. He's interesting. Yeah, sure, why not? All of my picks have been reaches technically based on where players are supposed to go. I guess other than the QB. But we'll go with Clyde Moyer out of Iowa State. Another hidden dev, 89 strength, 76 speed. Sounds good. Okay, well, this might have been the worst draft I have ever had. What the fuck? This was horrible. Okay, I don't think we picked the right QB, unless the other guy was bad too, which maybe. Was Todd Hall even the one I was looking at? Okay, well, we definitely didn't make the right choice, but our quarterback still could be good. I definitely should have gone with the strategy of, oh, they're a strong arm, and they also have good deep accuracy, so they'll probably be better. But on paper, this guy doesn't look bad. His medium accuracy just isn't very good. Unlucky. Yeah, that might be the worst draft I've ever had. That might be it. Remember what I said about not having any experience taking QBs, though. I mean, these picks are fine. Like a 73 overall in the 3rd round is probably good value. Del Harris had hidden dev. Kyle Hodge was only a 69 overall, but he did have 94 strength. This draft class could end up being good if they develop, but that's... we might also end up taking another QB next year. And hey, I guess it's on brand with the Jets picking a not very good QB. Eric Noel was pretty good, and then I didn't take Elton Langford, but he's decent. We got good value at the end, but that first pick wasn't the best. Now that I think about it, we should have been able to cheat. I should have been able to go in and check what the quarterback's overalls were, because we had them fully scouted. It just said they were all top 5 because the game's broken. And if you use a custom draft class year 1, year 2 it'll show every player as a top 5 if you have them fully scouted, which has been a glitch for I don't even know how long now, so thanks EA. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2. We're looking good. I wish we got a better QB, but I mean, if he plays well, he could technically develop better than any of the other quarterbacks. We'll see. He is 23 though, so I don't know. We'll keep him with number 0. That's kind of interesting. It's different. The rest of this offense is pretty much just the same though, other than right tackle. And we'll see how Thurman can develop at tight end. He's also 23, but he's pretty good at a 73 overall. I also thought he would be a higher overall, though. Maybe I should just stay away from A ratings, because that was my strategy there. Because A's can really be anything. I mean, A's could technically be a 99, but apparently that strategy isn't the best. And then our defense is still really good, an 85 overall. We're looking nice. The safety duo isn't the best overall in the world, but we might add one this offseason. We'll see. I don't know how we're going to perform this year, though. We'll just have to find out. So let's get to the midseason point, and we will see how we do. Okay, well, we are 3-3 at the midseason point. I think the same as last year. I mean, we were 4-3, but I think we won in week 7. We just had a bye week in week 7, so we're pretty much the same. It looks like our offense is really struggling. It's always great to see, but our defense is doing pretty well. Who do we have to re-sign? Breece Hall, we'll re-sign him. John Franklin Myers, Oh, of course he's getting a lot of sacks in a contract year. I figured. Quincy Williams, isn't he under contract right now? I thought they signed him to like a long deal. I guess maybe it will be up by this point, but oh, it was 3 years, 18. I thought it was more money and longer than that. I thought it was like 4 years, 40 mil. This is pretty expensive though. I would do like 2 years, 38, but it's trying to pay him like he's an edge rusher. This is not linebacker money. We'll see if he takes this, and he doesn't. Cool. Tyron Smith, 1 year, 23.3 mil. He takes it, and we are almost out of money. Thankfully, not as many players to re-sign this year, but we'll still see if we can get Quincy Williams back at the end of the year. But we will just have to see what kind of record we can finish with. Hopefully, we can get Rookie of the Year for our QB, but it doesn't look like our offense is doing very well, so I don't think that's very likely. But let's just get to the end of the season, and we will see what happens. Okay, well, shockingly, in year number 2, we finish 9-8, but we make the playoffs. We went 10-7 last year and finished 3rd in the division, and we missed them, but we finished 9-8 this year and finished 3rd in the division, and we made them. So I guess just the rest of the NFC or the AFC was weaker. I don't know. Interesting. What a weird start to this rebuild. And as for dev traits, I did just look at them. They're definitely not as good as I would have hoped for. Both Thurman and Roach only have star. I kind of figured. Well, I thought Thurman could have superstar, but no. We very well could draft another QB this year, hoping that it actually shows us how good the quarterbacks are. But let's check out our season stats. Jalen Roach was okay. 3,400 yards, 27 touchdowns, 12 picks. That's a pretty good year. Not the best completion percentage or yards, but everything else was pretty good. Breece Hall was pretty good. Garrett Wilson, 11 yards. White girl's shaking right now. 7 touchdowns. Not much outside of him, though. Thurman was okay. Amagaji was horrible at right tackle, but the rest of the line was pretty good. CJ Mosley, 142 tackles led the team. TFLs, we had a lot, as per usual. And sacks, 12.5 from John Franklin Myers. I'm still not re-signing him. I do not trust him. He's going to get 4 sacks next year if I pay him, 20 mil per year. 11.5 sacks for Quinnen Williams, 7 for Jermaine Johnson, and picks, 5 for Sauce, 3 for Mosley and Carter, 1 for a couple players. Do we try a new offensive playbook? We might. It hasn't been very good either year, with a pretty good team on paper. I mean, I guess it's not a crazy good offense on paper, but it's better than like 29th. God, should we try the Cowboys? People tell me the Cowboys offense is good, but whenever I use it, it is horrible. But they did have a lot of passing yards. We'll see. We'll see. I might. But MVP goes to Dak Prescott. Had to happen at least once this rebuild. Justin Fields at number 9 for the Steelers. That's interesting. And the Bears actually picked Caleb Williams. He's been on the Titans in like every rebuild I've done lately, but he does actually end up on the Bears here. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Lamar. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Josh Allen. Williams at number 4. Mosley at 5. Franklin Myers at 7. I'm surprised he was all the way down at 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to Jalen Roach. Andrew Thurman at number 3. We'll see if Roach gets a dev trait. And then Dalton Myrick gets Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Chargers. If Roach goes up to Superstar Dev, I think we'll keep him, but if not, we might trade him. We'll just see what happens, all right? I mean, he's going to be 24 and only like a 76 overall. But we have a first of many scenario, our first playoff game of the rebuild. The Jets' first playoff game in a while. We'll go play it cool. Y'all know me. And we are the same overall as the Bills. They are at home, so it's fine if we lose this game. Let's just see what happens. And we smoke them for some reason. All right, we win 28-12, and we are going to be facing the 12-5, but only 84 overall Cincinnati Bengals in the divisional. We have a recap for the first of many, and we have a playoff blizzard. I just feel like we are gonna get absolutely stomped in this game because they're the lower overall team. And also we have some upgrades. Anything important? Kyle Hodge, he didn't go up 1 overall throughout the year. I'm pretty sure he got pretty good playing time. I mean, I guess he finally got an overall, but still. Let's simulate this game out. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I called it. We get smoked. I wish I could somehow make games closer, because it's fine if we lose. Like, we're a better overall team, but they have home field advantage, so like that should be a close game. I mean, it's not going to be a close game every time, but it definitely shouldn't be a blowout very predictably when we are the higher overall team. It's so weird how that works. I feel like they fucked up coding for this game, for like how simulation works. It's unbelievably bad. Like, it's fine that we lost, but we get beat 41-14? That's crazy. Oh, fuck right off, dude. But let's see who we are gonna have to re-sign. Quincy Williams is interested now. That's good. We'll go neutral. That's still really expensive, but we'll offer him 3 years, 47. If he takes it, cool. If not, then whatever. And he does take it. Okay, cool. We could re-sign John Franklin Myers, but I don't trust him. He was really good this year, but look at these years. Like, the first simulation year, he had half of a sack in like full starting snaps. I guess maybe not, because he didn't have that many tackles, but he had a lot of TFLs. I don't trust him. I'm not going to re-sign him. And yeah, I think that's all we're going to do here. So let's get into free agency, and hopefully we can add some good players. And I do think I'm going to switch this offensive playbook. Let's go with Cowboys. I mean, we just saw the Super Bowl that happens every rebuild in Madden. Chiefs, Cowboys. So we'll see how this works. Oh yeah, and Roach did get Superstar. That's huge. If he didn't, I might have given it to him. He does also get 2 upgrade points, so that's nice. Now up to a 76 with Superstar at 24 years old. Noel got Star Dev. That's interesting. What did he do? Was that just completely random? I guess so. He had a lot of pass deflections. He was apparently good in coverage despite being a 62 overall pass coverage linebacker. Overall just means absolutely nothing in this game. I need to learn that. But let's see what we want to do in free agency. We're definitely going to need a left tackle because unfortunately Tyron Smith did retire. Who do we want? I don't know if I want any of these guys. These guys are all old, but we might need to go with the strategy of an older left tackle because most of these guys from experience do not play well. I'm talking like 20 sacks allowed in a season. Oh, kind of like that. 17 from David Bakhtiari, only an 87 overall. This game drives me absolutely insane. I guess we'll give Trent Brown a chance. He is a little bit interested. It's better than nothing. I don't know if he's going to play well, but we'll see. Should I just give John Franklin Myers a chance because we need somebody? I guess we'll have Will McDonald still, but we're running thin there. This team loves to have like 20 pass rushers. I don't know. I don't think John Franklin Myers is going to do well. Let's see if we can get him on another 1 year like prove it deal. We'll go player friendly, 1 year, 21 mil. We do have the lead. Ooh, Patrick Queen is back in free agency. I could go for him. This team is going to start getting really expensive if I do that though. I don't know. You know, actually, let's go for a different former Raven. He isn't interested though. I'm looking at 1.45 mil. It's just lying to me saying we don't have enough cap. I guess maybe in the future, but yeah, we couldn't get a lead for him. How about Brandon Jones? He has an X factor. That's crazy. Okay, well, he had 0 picks this last year, but 4 in the 2. Why was he on the Chiefs? I guess the Broncos cut him? Okay, sure. Why not? All right, well, we're going to go for John Franklin Myers, Trent Brown, and Brandon Jones. We could also go for like a budget defensive tackle. We might just draft that. Let's see if these 3 want to sign, and all 3 of them do. So those are 2 pretty big additions and 1 pretty big re-signing, hopefully. And let's see what we can do in the draft. Hopefully we have a better one last year, or better one than last year. It would be hard to have a worse one. That was like the worst draft I have ever had. But in the draft, we pick at number 25 this year, and I forgot to cheat. I was gonna cheat because game bad. I wonder if I can close my game out and if it'll go back to the last week. Damn it. All right, I was gonna cheat because again, it just did the thing where it shows everybody as a top 5 talent. It normally only does it in the first year, but it did it again here. So, or I guess the first year after you use custom draft classes. I don't even really know if I want a free safety or a safety round 1, but we still should know. By Tyron Banfield looks, pretty good. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take a safety. Let me look through here and we will see what I want to do. This is actually kind of a tough pick. We don't really have any glaring weaknesses on the team anymore. We're just kind of planning for the future. All right, I don't see anyone that good. I kind of wanted Zach Bolden, but we definitely don't need a corner. He just looked really good. I'm gonna trade this pick back because I don't really see anyone worth taking here. All right, we're gonna trade back to 40 with the Packers and pick up a third-round pick. There's some good-looking, like, mid-round players here, or I guess these are more like, I guess, just day 2 picks. I just didn't really love any of the players in our range, and I didn't want to reach again, like last year. We'll still probably reach here, honestly. I just really don't like these draft classes. I don't see anyone I'm crazy about at any position. Daniel Meadows looks pretty damn good at center, but I don't know, I'm scared to take a center after last year. I thought the one last year looked really good too. He does have good strength though, elite change direction and elite agility. Fuck it. Hidden Dev, 87 strength. Weird to take another center with the first pick, but our O-line still definitely isn't great by any means. It's probably the weakest part of our team. Now with our second round pick, Antonio Davis at safety is interesting. His ratings aren't that good, especially his pursuit, but he is fast and pretty strong. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. We could go Chauncey Melton. He's a decent pass rusher. He's just decent overall at defensive tackle. Yeah, why not? Sure. Another Hidden Dev, 90 strength. I don't think either of the players we just got are going to be a crazy good overall, but they're needs. Damn, all the good-looking safeties are gone. Fuck it, let's go with a corner. This guy's interesting. I was hoping he would have better speed than marginal speed and decent acceleration. I guess that's fair, but he has A-man and A-press. I don't know what we're going to do with him, but he looks pretty good. We'll take him. Another Hidden Dev? Sure, why not? Okay, there we go. That was a good draft, thankfully. I was hoping Daniel Meadows would be good because, like, looking at him, I didn't think he was insane, but we took a center in the last rebuild that was also an 81 overall. I guess Meadows is only an 80, but like a very similar player that I didn't think would be great, but would be decent, and he ended up being an 81 overall, like a top 3 player in the class. So that's kind of just what happened here. That's what I was hoping for, but I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to jinx it. But he is very good. Chauncey Melton's a 74. That's honestly a little better than I expected. He's just well-rounded. He's strong. We'll take it. Zach Mason is a 73. Awful zone, but very good man. Not the best speed, but really good press too. He's a very, very interesting player. Julius Tompkins at tight end is pretty good. I was hoping you'd have a dev trait, but he's a 75, only 21 years old. And then I took another center, Tyson Clifford. He's a 74. Again, no dev trait, but he's good. And then the last interesting player, a very interesting player, was Philip Lawrence. He's one of these weird, good power moves, good tackling, but horrible block shedding and play rec defensive ends and horrible strength. I don't know why they exist. I don't know who they're supposed to be. My theory is like James Houston. Like that's who this player is supposed to be, but that's not like a perfect comparison. I don't know. I don't know why they make weird archetypes for no real reason. Like 6'8" receivers too every year. It's so weird. But yeah, he's pretty good. 70 overall with Hidden Dev in the late 5th. That's great value. And we needed edge depth, so that's perfect. This wasn't the craziest draft ever, but it was a hell of a lot better than last year. And let's see where Meadows ranks in the class, just for fun. Tied for the best. We'll take it. There was a good QB at number 1, Phil Schaub, maybe related to Matt Schaub. That's interesting. But yeah, Meadows was, I think, the best pick of the draft. Maybe not. There was a 78 overall quarterback in the 3rd round. Damn. But we did well, and let's get into year 3. But here we are heading into year 3. We are pretty good. We're an 86 overall. Definitely not the strongest team I've ever had heading into year 3, but it is definitely good. Hopefully Roach can play a little better than last year. Hopefully, well, he was good last year. I mean, he won Offensive Rookie of the Year, but I've had a lot crazier from rookie QBs. And just hopefully our offense in general can play better than like 29th or whatever it was. Our defense is a lot better than our offense, though, at an 88 overall. CJ Mosley went up to X Factor, but he is only a 79 overall. It's so weird to see like not that high of overall players have, you know, X Factor. I guess I could have dev trait regression on, but I don't like dev trait regression at all, because players can play well and they'll still lose it. And I guess no, it wouldn't have regressed because he gained it, so that wouldn't have even done anything. Never mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. But this is a very good team on paper. Our O-line is looking really good, and I think next year we might move off of Trent Brown or Kieran Amagaji, and we might move Meadows to tackle. I guess he does go down 1 overall at tackle, but that's fine, because we also have Mayer at center and Clifford. We have a lot of offensive linemen. But anyways, let's get to the midseason point of year number 3, and let's see how this team does. Damn, bro, we're just forever going to be 4-3 at the midseason, or at least 3 losses at the midseason. We have a good offense this year, but now our defense is terrible. All right, what defensive playbook do we want to go with? This game shaves years off my life. Ooh, Meadows has Superstar. We'll take that. That's huge. What other hidden devs did we have? Melton only has Star, unfortunately. Lawrence probably only has Star, but I've had players like him that have had Superstar. Mason, we'll see. He has gone up 2 overall, though. Could have a good dev trait. And then I think that was it, but I can't remember. But all right, what defense do we want to run? Should we just go Cowboys? I mean, it works for them. We'll see how it works for us. We'll just go cover or base 4-3. I guess it would be better to go 4-3, cover 3. We're a better base 4-3 scheme fit. Whatever. All right, we're basically the Cowboys now. But who are we going to have to re-sign this year? Who? Sauce Gardner. He's not that expensive, but he isn't interested. We'll offer him 6 years, 182 mil, so I guess he is kind of expensive, but he does take it. Garrett Wilson, 4 years, 67 mil. He takes it. Jermaine Johnson, 3 years, 45 mil. He takes it. Joe Tippmann, he's pretty damn cheap. We'll go 3 years, 20.7 mil. He takes it. John Franklin Myers, how's he doing? See, 1 sack. I called it. I knew he wouldn't repeat that. Mike Williams is 31. We could bring him back, but we'll see. I guess he is the point of this rebuild, but like, I'm not going to hang on to him just because of that, but we still could re-sign him. We'll see. Tony Adams, we can maybe upgrade there. Will McDonald isn't interested. I don't think he does very well in this game either. CJ Mosley's older. Trent Brown, we'll see how he finishes the year, but he isn't doing great, and he's going to regress, so we're definitely not re-signing him right now, at least. A lot of players to re-sign here, though, but we should have a decent amount of money. I don't know why I said that so weird. We should have a decent amount of money left over to work with in free agency, especially after we restructure some deals. So I have no idea if we're going to make the playoffs. I don't know if we're going to miss them. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's get to the end of the year and let's see how we finish. Hopefully our defense gets better with the new playbook. This game, man, we finished 6-11 with an 87 overall team. Our defense ended up being one of the worst in the league as an 87 overall. It wasn't, or no, it's an 89, and it was one of the worst in the league. So I guess the Cowboys playbook didn't work. I mean, it wasn't good to begin with, but we're going to move right off of that. I don't even know what a good 4-3 playbook is. I feel like the 3-4 defense is clear the 4-3s. I don't know. I'll probably change it again, but Bills for now. But let's see what went wrong this year. At least we'll get a good draft pick, but like this is stupid. Jalen Roach, 3,700 yards, 30 touchdowns, 13 picks. He was good. He wasn't the problem. Breece Hall was good. Garrett Wilson was really good. Okay. No, thank you. The rest of the blocking was okay. Meadows wasn't great, but we had a ton of tackles, which isn't really a good thing. Our defense couldn't get off the field, apparently. A lot of tackles for loss and no sacks. Maybe we should go back to the Jets. I don't know. The Jets defense, Jermaine Johnson had 4.5 sacks and John Franklin Myers had 2.5. Are you kidding me? What? They average like an 85 overall. Good Lord. Yeah, they literally are both an 85 overall. That's crazy. And then interceptions, we had 5 total. Okay, do not go with the Cowboys defense, apparently. At least how I did it. I don't know. Maybe if we actually picked the 4-3 cover 3 defense. I don't fucking know, dude. Mahomes wins MVP. We're checking off all the Madden simulation moments. We had a Dak MVP, a Mahomes MVP. We had a Chiefs-Cowboys Super Bowl. We had a big underperformance this year. We got blown out in the playoffs when we were the higher overall team. We're just hitting all the boxes. Let's go. But Offensive Player of the Year goes to Isaiah Pacheco. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Myles Garrett. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Marcus Neighbors for the Ravens. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Santiago Villarreal. I don't know how you say that. Chauncey Melton at number 2. What did he even do? I mean, of course we had to get cucked. There's another one of the boxes checked. Number 2 for a big award. Oh, he was pretty damn good. 64 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks. Of course he didn't win it. But again, let's forget this year ever happened and let's get into the offseason. If we see another Chiefs-Cowboys Super Bowl, I'm ending the rebuild. That is Chiefs. They lose to the Packers 25-24. Interesting. I see the Packers in a lot of Super Bowls lately. Or do I? Is that a lie? I feel like we saw them in a couple Super Bowls in the last rebuild. That's interesting, though. They win their first Super Bowl in a while. That was maybe one of my best calls from the season, that Jordan Love would be a big breakout and the Packers would make the playoffs. I think that's what I predicted for him. I don't know. But for re-signings, I think I'm good on everybody here. I mean, we'll pick up the 5th year for Roma Dunze, but it doesn't matter. We won't get to that point anyways. This is going to be the final year. But everyone else, I'm good. We're going to need a new number 2 pass rusher, but that's fine by me. I just know this game too well. I know I can predict most things. I don't know why. I've played this game too much. I would be interested to see how many hours in my lifetime I've spent on franchise franchise just for every Madden game. I mean, I've been playing franchise since like Madden 16 or something. It's been too long. Somehow there are less features now. But let's get into free agency. I don't know what I just clicked. Oh, a mock draft. Interesting. But let's see what we can do in free agency. We're gonna need to add some players for sure. Should I transition this defense to a 3-4? I might. Like I said, I like 3-4 defenses a lot more than I like 4-3s in this game. I'm gonna do it, I think. It's gonna take me a minute, but I've been liking the Buccaneers defense lately. It's been working pretty well, for me at least, so we'll try it. What is happening? Why is it? It's like forcing my controller to go right. I'm not pressing anything. I'm pressing left, but it immediately goes back right. What is happening? Okay, we're good. But the defense looks pretty good as a 3-4. It's not bad. I guess we kind of still have the same amount of issues, but I think it should perform a lot better. Also, Mason did have superstar dev, so that's pretty huge. I mean, I guess he's probably not even going to play, but that's still cool, I guess. But we're going to go kind of crazy in free agency. There aren't that many good players I'm super interested in. I mean, there's AJ Brown, but we just couldn't afford him really. There's also Tyler Linderbaum. I am kind of interested, but I don't know how much more we need to invest in the O-line. I guess I don't know. I think we have enough linemen. If it doesn't play well, it doesn't play well, but it's good on paper. But we are going to go for Alohi Gilman, Tyjae Spears, Mike Williams, Matt Milano, Leonard Williams, and Will McDonald. A lot of players, nobody like insanely good, but a lot of good players that will fill needs. And I think we should be able to get pretty much all these players. I don't know if we'll sign Will McDonald, and for one of these guys, they might not sign immediately, and then another team might swoop in. I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens there. I kind of do want to go for one more lineman just in case. Zion Johnson. I mean, we can just draft a lineman this year, but sure. We don't have anything else to do with this money, so why not? Let's see if all these guys want to sign, and it looks like everybody does except Zion Johnson, and we get everybody. This team's going to be looking pretty good. I'll have to obviously rearrange a bunch of players on the depth chart, but this is a very, very well-rounded roster, and let's see what we can do in the final draft of the rebuild. But we have the number 7 overall pick this year, and I don't know what I want to do. We need a pass rusher, but none of the pass rushers look that good. I like Noah Garrison, but he also has D Blockshed. That's not great. This is so tough. Taj Royals is interesting, but he also has D Blockshed and only C tackle. Might not even have A finesse moves. If he does, he could be really good, but I don't know. I just don't. I'm being forced to take positions I don't normally take round 1, and it didn't go well the first time, and I feel like it's not going to go well again this time. Greg Poole's interesting. He has A awareness, but that's about where the good stuff ends. He ran a 4.75 as a speed rusher. I don't love that. Chauncey Randall's combine was very good, but his ratings aren't that good. There's just a big flaw with every player here. Lionel Clifford looks really good, but I don't know. He might be the best looking, at least. There are some good power rushers too. All right, I'm spending too much time on this. I'll look through here and we'll see what we're gonna do. Okay, we are once again going to trade back. We are gonna move back to 16 for a 2nd and 3rd round pick. We also threw in a 5th round pick just so it would be more fair, apparently, according to the trade value calculator. What do the Steelers do with their new pick? A left tackle? That guy did look really good. Or was that the one that looked really good? No, I was looking at Lamar. No, it was David Baldwin. This guy was pretty good looking. Doesn't have like great strength, but I mean, if he's there with pick 16 somehow, I'll definitely take him. I just didn't want to take another lineman. Oh, of course he goes a pick before us. Whatever, that's probably for the best. And I do think we're gonna go with Lionel Clifford here. This could be a major mistake. I don't care at this point. Let's just take him. He is normal. Why do I even bother? What is happening? I'm not pressing anything. Is my controller? I think it's just my controller still freaking out. I need a new one or a new cord or something. I've dropped it one too many times. Like the parents of whoever developed franchise mode, apparently. That's a little too mean, but like this shit sucks. This is so bad. All right, I'll stop complaining. These linebackers look really good. Not so much Stockton. He looks actually pretty good, but Tyree Pritchett. Stockton might be better. Just, I don't know what his pursuit is. I like Pritchett more. Doesn't have any elite traits though. Huh. I still think Pritchett's better because of the pursuit, but I don't know. I mean, let's see. I'll look and see if there's anyone crazy looking. If not, we'll go with Pritchett, I think. All right, fuck it. Let's go with another lineman. Let's go with Quincy Morton. He has elite strength, 40 bench reps at the combine. He has A power, A impact block, A lead block. Not the best finesse, but it isn't terrible. So I think he's really good, but now that I said that, he's going to be like a 74 overall. I'm not this negative of a person normally. This game just evokes something in me. But all right, let's go with Quincy Morton. Hidden dev, only 90 93 strength with 40 bench reps? Sure, I guess we'll take it. Whatever. But now with the pick we got from the Steelers, both of the linebackers are gone. Okay, understandable. I kind of like Tyrese Yankee. Kind of a goofy name, but elite strength, good speed, good excel, balanced pass rusher. Has bad pursuit, though. He looks better than any other of the defensive tackles, though. Well, Quentin Caldwell actually could be pretty good. Just not as strong. Fuck it. We'll go Tyrese Yankee. I guess it doesn't really matter. He'll be depth either way. So let's take him. Hidden Dev, 94 strength. He has better strength than the guard who had 40 reps. That's fine. Oh, my controller's doing the thing again. But I feel like this was a pretty good draft. I guess I'll show one more pick, if there's anyone good. God, we definitely don't need another safety, but Eric Rhodes looks pretty good with A awareness. Only solid and decent speed. That's pretty good speed for a safety, but all right. I don't really see anyone I'm too crazy about. I'll just take a chance on Eric Rhodes because I don't know what to do. Hidden Dev, we'll take it. But here's how we did. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I didn't think Yankee would be better than Morton. I called it though. I said, oh my god. C finesse was a 68. Apparently it didn't have A pass block power. It said it could be. I figured it would be. Yeah, that's unlucky. Anything that could have been like a B to, or like an A to a C, it was a C. That's tough. Lionel Clifford is also bad. Yankee's pretty good. I've had some questionable drafting here, but like, it's kind of just unlucky. This has been a rebuild of all time for sure. This is gonna make me retire from YouTube, at least for Madden. Clifford at least doesn't go down in overall at outside linebacker, but he sucks. He's not very good. Was there a good option available? Probably. There probably was. Royals would have been pretty good if we just stuck and didn't trade down, but trading down was still worth it. Poole wasn't very good. Garrison wasn't very good. Okay, that was just unlucky. There wasn't anyone good. Jose McBath would have been better, but that was a second-round pick. I was kind of thinking about him. I didn't take him, though, because he had C player ec, but that would have been better. Whatever. The team's good. Not a great draft, but I did literally about as well as I could have for our positions of need. All right, and this is a goofy fucking trade, but we are going to be trading Michael Pratt, Will McDonald, and an upcoming first-round pick for Josh Allen. I figured our pass rush was going to be terrible this year, and I don't want to just, like, admit defeat, I guess. I want to try as hard as I can to make it good. Now, Josh Allen's probably going to underperform, but we might as well try to add a good player and do literally everything I can. So we're getting rid of our upcoming first-round pick. We weren't going to use it anyways, so maybe this is cheating, but, like, not really. It's an asset we currently have. So hopefully... Hopefully our pass rush can be good. But if it's not, all I can say is I did what I could. And that's all I can do. Sam Darnold's a free agent. Oh, we can't afford him. Damn it. I want to... Woo, what's his hair doing? I want to be able to afford him. Should I get Geno Smith too? Just bring back a bunch of former Jets QBs? We could technically have a shitload of money right now. I almost added our QB to the practice squad on accident. Why is that an option for like a player of that caliber? But I forgot what I was talking about. Oops. All right, let's go. We added the GOAT, the King, Sam Darnold back. Let's go. But here's a look at the team heading into the final year of the rebuild. This is honestly one of the weaker teams I've built in a while. I feel like we got a little unlucky and I made some very questionable picks, but again, those guys should have been fully scouted, or well, they were fully scouted, and it should have showed me how good they actually were, like the QB. But Roach has actually become like decent, probably not ranked that high in the league. My controller disconnected again. Ooh, I don't know if it's gonna reconnect. That felt loose. Oh, it did. He's only the 30th ranked QB in the league. Like, yeah, it's not great, but he's been playing actually pretty okay. So I need to get on Amazon and get a new controller or cord or something. But here's how the defense is looking. We have a 91 overall defense and only an 85 overall offense. This is a very, very split team. I guess this is just the Jets in real life. We still do have a lot of Jets players here, though. Not so many on offense, but Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, Joe Tippmann, AVT, and then on defense, Quincy Williams, Jermaine Johnson, Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed, Michael Carter. Definitely still a decent amount of Jets players here, for better or for worse. Also, wait, I forgot to mention we signed Eric Armstead. He was just chilling in free agency, so we picked him up. Might as well. I mean, anywhere we can get better, we'll take it. Doesn't really matter if he's old, because this is the last year. But anyways, let's get to the midseason point. Or no, let's just get to the end of the year, and we will see how this team finishes. Oh yeah, and I guess it's a little late for this, but question of the day, let me know this down in the comments. Who is a mid-round player in the upcoming draft you want want your team to draft? Maybe a mid-round guy that you like a lot? My answer is any offensive lineman, because they do not have any guards. Well, they have like 2, but I don't think they're good. I'm a Seahawks fan, and I'm in pain. But yeah, let me know who you want your team to draft in the mid-rounds in the comments. I read most comments, so let me know. But here we are at the end of year number 4, and before I reveal how we did in year 4, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like on the video. I would very much appreciate it. And again, if we can hit 3,000 likes, I have another, possibly my final free agent themed rebuild of the season coming up. I might do one more if there's like another big signing, you know, but I'm about done with the big signings, I think. I guess I could do like Russell Wilson and the Steelers, but that's a little outdated. But yeah, just be sure to leave a like and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, trying to hit 50K. And once we hit 50K, I'll have a special video coming out. It'll make you an OG of the channel for when we inevitably hit 10 million subscribers, definitely. And just let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below for a shout out if you care about that. But in year 4 of the rebuild, you know what? I want to do this first. I'm going to be petty. We're an 89 overall team. Let's see where that ranks in the league, which we definitely could be better too if we actually had positive morale. Are we the best roster in the league? The 49ers are only an 88. Oh, the Eagles are a 90. Damn. Okay, so we're not the best roster in the league. The Chiefs are a 93? Holy shit. That might be the highest overall I have ever seen for another team in Madden. And keep in mind, the rosters I use, my custom rosters, are like lower overalls. So maybe that happens if like you have higher XP sliders or just the base Madden rosters because they're a higher overall. But I have never seen a 93 overall team. I think I've maybe had a 93 overall team, but not for the CPU, I mean. That's crazy. So it looks like we're tied for 3rd, which, you know, that should be a very good playoff team. That should be a borderline first round bye team in the playoffs. At very least, a playoff team. However, we finished 7-10 with one of the worst defenses in the league with a 91 overall defense. It only shows an 89 right there, but that's just Madden being stupid. It's a 91 and it played like one of the worst. This is the first time the Buccaneers playbook has ever failed me. I'm surprised. So hey, I guess the conclusion of this video is the Jets are just cursed. I don't know. But Jalen Roach played very well. Breece Hall played very well. Roma Dunze had 1,000 yards. The blocking was not fantastic, but I've seen a lot worse. We had a lot of TFLs. Honestly, a good amount of sacks. Of course, Josh Allen only had 7.5 at a fucking 99 overall. A 98, but a 99 with morale. Why would a 99 overall play like a 99 overall? And we had a good amount of picks. This team missed the playoffs? I need a nap. I feel like I say that a lot after rebuilds, but hey, I did what I could. We built a really good team on paper. A top 3 team in the league with the Jets is pretty good, and it would be even better than top 3. It would probably be tied for 2nd if we actually had more positive morale from doing well. I guess we do have positive morale for some reason, but hardly any on defense because our defense was bad. But hey, I did my best here. I gave it my best shot. My drafting wasn't the best, but that didn't end up mattering anyways. But again, I did what I could. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video, despite getting EA'd and me complaining about it. We built a really good roster here, and again, I tried my best. I did. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see y'all, I think, tomorrow with my first non-realistic rebuild in a while. It's gonna be a goofy one that I think y'all will enjoy. So thank you all so much for watching, and with that, I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Goodbye.